I had to wear American football gear before I came here, um, but he's across the line now. So ratings and reviews will be a similar thing, because when we release it in a couple of months' time, there are going to be those dealers who are at 2, 1.5, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and there are going to be those dealers who are up at 4, 4.5. Very rarely do we see a dealer with a perfect 5 score. I mean, I don't think it exists.
There's a first time for everything, sir.
Is that a challenge? So I'm glad you're on board with it, and that. If you don't mind, let's talk about the industry.
Let's go.
For a second.
Let's do it.
So AutoTrader is about to embark on this. We call it, on the dealer side, the dealer reputation management, and on the consumer side, ratings and reviews. As a dealer, how do you view that principle first?
So it's a very good question, and I always say, when purchasing a vehicle, one should put as much, if not more, emphasis on who you are purchasing from than on the actual car, because you can marry the most beautiful girl, and every time you see her, there's butterflies in your stomach. But if that girl grew up in an environment where she feels it's okay to hit and bite and scream and shout and drink and do drugs,
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble. I've got quite a close friend that recently, a couple of years ago, got divorced from his wife, who's very beautiful. She's extremely gorgeous. Has the most vicious cocaine addict.
Oh my word!
She's got she's fucking lunatic, and that's part of her family heritage.
It was her journey.
It was her journey. So same as a dealer, you can have the best looking car, the best spec, greatest mileage, phenomenal price, but cars are built, they're not born. So how does that dealer react to that situation? And many people will say now, yeah, but you can't tell the future. You don't know how the dealer will react. But I say you can. And how the dealer has dealt with situations like this historically will give you insight into how that dealership will deal with the situation going forward. So if you historically are rated, we're defending champions on Hello Peter 7 years in a row. It is, and when I tell dealers this, it goes over their head. It is extremely expensive. Like whatever number you think it costs, it's 10 times more to remain there. And the reason for that is cars are built, they are not born, they break. Cars in warranty break, that's why they have warranties. Cars with extended warranties break, that's why they have warranties. And if the dealership puts you as a customer first and not profit, that dealership will sometimes go through a cycle where there's months where there's losses. But long term, that dealership will always win because they put the customer first, and customers come back and tell people about it. So if you have a rating system which delivers a whatever out of 5, I think you
5-star rating, yes.
You're building it out of 5.
Well, there's half stars as well, so it's effectively out of 10.
Out of 10, yes, yeah. Makes sense. But if you have a dealership that has a rating of 2.5, and you're matching him up against the dealer that has a rating of 4.7, if that car breaks, it's
who would you have bought from?
It's so easy. Who do you think will take care of you?
The dealer with the 4.5.
And in my opinion, it's the best thing ever for the client, but most importantly, it's the best thing ever for the dealership world, because now you really have to pick up your socks and you really have to over deliver on quality, because if you don't, people will know about it. So now you almost checkmated into becoming the best version of the dealership that you're trying to run, almost being pressured into doing it, because if you don't, you'll be dead in the water. So I'm excited.
So you said something in your MitMac masterclass session, the ones that I've attended, and you start off your session with this profound term, or should I say phrase, and I don't know whether you recall this. You might recall it. You say, "It's not what, it's who."
Yeah.
And you relate that to sales.
Yeah.
But I'd like to relate that to selling cars. It's not what, it's not the car, it's who you buy from. That's the most important thing. Stole from Bobby Petkoff, just by the way. So it's not what, it's not the car. It is the car. For the consumer, it's all about the car. But until you have that car in your possession as a consumer, it is all about the who you're buying from. And we want to build a system that takes the bullshit off places like Hello Peter, Facebook, Google reviews, where it's properly moderated by a team of people in our business that is in the automotive industry, understands the challenges.
Yeah.
And we're building quite an interesting algorithm to rate dealerships, consumer ratings, obviously. We're building quite an interesting algorithm. It's probably the one thing we won't divulge is the maths behind that algorithm, because that'll be the competitive advantage. And then eventually bringing those reviews to the front end of the platform, and doing some research along the way. I think we've collected about 2 million reviews so far.
Geez, that's a lot.
It's been over a 2-year period in the testing in the background.
Amazing.
But like we released price ratings, which many dealers were nervous of, didn't like, including Bobby. I had to wear American football gear before I came here, but he's across the line now. So ratings and reviews will be a similar thing, because when we release it in a couple of months' time, there are going to be those dealers who are at 2, 1.5, 2.5, 3, 3.5. And there are going to be those dealers who are up at 4, 4.5. Very rarely do we see a dealer with a perfect 5 score. I mean, I don't think it exists.
There's a first time for everything, sir.
Is that a challenge? So I'm glad you're on board with it, and that you think it'll help more than it'll hurt. And I think it'll be in its execution, really.
And again, if you put the consumer first, which you always do, and I always try to do. How would I feel if I'm in this situation that the consumer is now? I wouldn't feel good. So why put him through that? Just take him out of it. And we've in the beginning of the conversation, I said to you, the dealer network does not understand what it took from us as a team, as a company, man hours and monetary value to defend 7 years in a row, number 1 on Hello Peter. It's the most painful thing that I can think of, times 10. But when a customer buys from us now, they know that they have the reputation of backing of this company, who always tries to do we never get it right all the time, and there's no 5-star. But a friend of ours, which you introduced me to through some trouble that I was going with, said to me, Bobby, you can never get it right all the time. The key is to remain honorable. And when you get it wrong, admit fault and give a detailed plan on how you plan to fix the problem, and also make sure that the problem doesn't occur again.
Yeah.
So as long as the dealerships remain honorable, we have 1-star reviews. We have 1-star reviews. And on you saying where you're going to do it right is very important, because the rest of the rating platforms, in my opinion, are very flawed. All of them. Facebook, Google, Hello Peter, they're flawed this way. We've had a customer threaten us. Vince has bought pre-workout, protein powder, creatine, and delivered groceries to that customer's home because that specific customer said that if you don't do that, I'm going to write this, which is not true. And the more we
Sure. What a
complain,
nice way to shop.
yeah. So we've done groceries, we've done, we've done protein powder. I've done countless services. On a Sunday, a couple of weeks ago, the guy said to me, this car doesn't have a service plan. I said, sir, I don't know. Give me the reg. I said, sir, you signed here. It had a service plan for 15, 30, 45. So the 60 you have to pay for, the 45 was taken care of. No, you'll pay for the service. I said, sir, you signed for it. He says, you will pay for the service. 10 minutes later, Hello Peter 1-star review. The CEO is a crook and it's not honorable and he lied to me. This company is a joke. So because they understand how to inflict pain, they bully.
They're
And
just being a bully.
and eventually they are improving. But I know in the instance of AutoTrader, there will be a landing or I don't know what it's called, a
Moderation process.
moderation process where there will be a little bit of an exchange, and if there's bullying found, it won't reflect.
No.
Because that's a bully. That guy says,
Absolutely.
pay for my service or you get a 1-star.
So what we don't want to do is we don't want to play
Judge, jury, and executioner.
We
yeah.
don't want to play judge, jury, and executioner, but we will put, because we you said we always put the consumer first, and I don't know if you've probably come across the term, the customer's always right.
Not always.
Well, I've got an extension to that.
Yeah.
The customer's always right until they're not.
Until they're not. I like it. Yeah.
So from a dealer or consumer point of view, AutoTrader has to walk a very, very tight rope, and both customers are equally important. But from a user point of view, the consumer's more important. From a supply point of view, the dealer's more important.
Of course.
So that's demand and supply. They both carry their own benefits and places in that tightrope. So in order to navigate a world of ratings and reviews, that one is more of a tightrope
Agree.
than anything else, because we've got to be able to moderate between the two. So what does that mean? It means allowing the dealer the first bite at the cherry, instead of just allowing anybody to say whatever they want whenever they want. So in that moderation process is slow it down a little bit, allow the dealer the first bite at the cherry, and then release the review to the front end or to the internet.
Because ultimately, if you're a dealer that aims to do the right thing, and especially in bigger dealerships, there's lots going on, so you tend to miss stuff.
Yes.
And we've got 150 plus staff members. A customer could have asked someone to do something, and that person, it just slipped his mind or he forgot. Like, I forget shit all the time. Like,
There's holes in my head.
no one ever in our company, no one ever. If you want a document lost, give it to me. I'll lose it for you like this. So no one gives me anything. If you want me to sign something, I've got a pen. I'll sign it for you. You just, like, my drawer is empty.
Just stick it there and pull it away.
Yeah. Go. Otherwise, it will. Like, I don't know how many NATO's documents I've lost. Probably 1,000, because I don't know where I put this stuff. But if
It's a NATO's file at home.
so if your intent is to do the right thing by the customer, and you slipped up, and there's a moderation period, that's like the best opportunity for you to say, I'm so sorry.
win.
Like,
Yeah, the review may still end up negative, but you've responded. You've tried to save the day.
yeah. But if you promise the customer in writing there's a speaker and you don't deliver a speaker, that customer should warn people buying a car from you in the future. That,
Well, yeah, if you do customers in, that's going to end up on the internet.
so will the review have a text box? Sorry, will the review have a text box? So I rate you a 5 out of 10, a 5 out of 5, and this is why, or will it be just a rating? How will it be presented?
Both.
Both. Okay.
So
Both
the
is
rating
good. Both
as
is good.
well as text.
Okay. Good.
As well as text. So very, very, very similar to what's on the internet today, just done better.
I'm excited. I can't wait. And that perfect 5, we're gonna aim for it. We're gonna aim for a 6. So if we fail at a 5, it's okay.
Love it.
Good. Happy.
Absolutely happy.
I am freaking excited about this episode. We really had nice, cool topics. I'm going to go and buy some freezers. So anyone that wants to freeze their body, I'll charge you half price. I'll do twice the job at half price.
And if there's load shedding, sorry for you.
And I'll WhatsApp you my banking details
I'll leave a phone in the chest.
in case my uncle from Lagos gets a hold of the email you sent me. Thank you very much, sir. I've
you,
had
Bobby.
lots of fun.
And me. See you again.
Boom.